Broadcasting live from an Airstream somewhere in Tornado Alley, bringing you the people, places, and stories from the Panhandle to the Red River. This is your Only in Oklahoma show.
And welcome to the show. Today we're going to need you to break out your ID because it's a 21 and over show. And after the break, we struck oil in OKC. I'm Brett.
And I am Harley.
So, something happened recently. I had a bologna sandwich the last few weeks. It's been a few weeks ago. Today, I get a notification. OnCue is now not only reposting our videos, but now currently following us on all social medias now.
Yes.
And most recently on TikTok.
Yes.
And they want us to continue to review their food.
Yes, they do. I think it's cool.
I do too.
I'm not a fan
I think it's a likely
of the fried bologna sandwich.
Oh, really?
Yes. Here's the thing. Fried bologna gets Wonder Bread and mustard. Wonder Bread and mustard.
Yeah.
You ate barbecue in a bun. It's not
the same.
No,
because it's the thing. If you lose me at bologna on a brioche. Nah.
Yeah, those things don't go together.
Unless you're telling your kids that the heel of the loaf of bread, this is the brioche portion of the loaf. You don't put bologna on a brioche bun. But if you want to make it marketable, you got to spruce it up a little bit.
I don't know.
Bologna is beeholes and eyeballs. We know it. It doesn't matter if it's all beef bologna. Yeah, that's cowboy.
It's eyelids and yeah.
Yeah. But, OnCue, we're watching. We see you too. Your bologna sandwich, 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10 on it.
8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 bologna sandwich. Can you fairly rate a bologna sandwich?
You can fairly rate a bologna sandwich.
Does a bologna sandwich get an 8? Am I doing it wrong? I'm terrible at the numbers.
I think that a bologna sandwich could, in theory, be a 10 out of 10 on the bologna sandwich scale.
Yeah.
I do not think brioche buns and barbecue sauce make their way into that argument.
That's true. A brioni sandwich is a bologna sandwich on a brioche bun.
With barbecue sauce.
BrionaQ.
Yes.
And OnCue. A BrionaQ sandwich.
You just did that.
I did.
So, we're doing something a little bit different. We don't normally cover very many topics.
We don't. That we don't know any. I'm not saying we don't know anything about it.
No, I've been. So this is a situation though. We don't normally we very rarely do a show where the topic is not kid friendly. Kids could be there almost all of the time.
Right.
This is one of those situations where that's not the case.
It's adults only. Now we have covered some of the late night, the after hours zoo activities and things that are kind of that are interchangeable as kid versus. So parents, cover your kids' ears. We're talking about beers, local beers.
Yes. So within the last 6 months, I'm not exactly sure of the date, but this is where the show came from. I was downtown Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Had some errands to run. It was Oklahoma, so it could have been any time after April. It was hot.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So I found a place to have a drink, have a beer.
Have a beer?
Yes.
No, you don't drink beers.
I do drink beer occasionally.
Really?
And I got to talking to the bartender. It was hot. Dude, it was hot, and I needed air conditioning, and I'm not going into a brewery and asking for a iced tea.
Stop.
Yes, what?
You drink a beer? What was the beer called? Unsweet tea?
I don't know what it was. One of their pale ales.
Give me one of your colder. What's one of your colder, wetter? I'm looking for a cold, wet beer.
It was 100 damn degrees outside.
Yeah.
I wanted air conditioning for a few. So I got to talking to the bartender. Yeah. Super nice guy, started telling me about the place and how it got started. And I was like, oh, this is us. This is our show.
This is our show.
But Oklahoma's kind of been going through a bit of a beer renaissance lately.
Yes. Yeah, it has.
Between the laws changing and the craft beer industry kind of popping up.
There's been quite a boom in the last, I would say...
10 years?
I was going to say a decade. You've seen a lot of... Wineries kind of came first, and then breweries, microbreweries kind of started to slowly... There's a lot more to choose from now.
There are. And there's some real gems. I mean, there's some badass beer coming out of
Some
Oklahoma.
world-class beer in Oklahoma.
But the place we're talking about today is Stonecloud Brewing in Oklahoma City. It is right there. It's right between Film Row and Bricktown.
Yeah.
Like on Northwest 1st Street.
It's not too far. Actually, it's not too far at all from like Sun Cattle Company and that.
No, it's
area. I mean, it's within a walking distance, probably.
Yes, and I actually think that's kind of what I was down there doing at the time.
Scouting places to eat a hamburger.
Well, I think at the time I was looking at Pop-Tarts.
Oh, that's right.
Which we have already done.
What is my voice? My voice sometimes, I'm 47 and my voice often cracks like I'm like, wow. Go ahead.
So, Stonecloud Brewing was started by Joel Irby. He's out of Stillwater, or from Stillwater originally, and he had a real passion for beer. He left Oklahoma and went to Colorado. He liked rock climbing and he liked beer. Dude, I think as long as you're not doing them together, those are both fine pursuits.
They're two of the manliest things you can be into.
I think if he splits wood and throws axes, then he probably hit like all the high points.
I don't split wood, but I do throw X's. Sorry. I wish I had... What's the manliest thing? Be honest. It's okay to toot your own horn. What is the manliest thing about you? The most masculine thing about you? Go ahead. Give it up to yourself.
I have no idea.
Really? There's not something you're like, move over, guys. I got this. No?
No.
Yeah, me either. I don't know. I
don't think about it.
I really don't know what the most masculine thing is about me. I mean, I think it's my beard. That's it. Yeah. But if you hit me right here, I'm done. It's over. Huh. I like that, man. You're modest. You're a modest man. That's masculine. That's a sexy care. That's really a sexy quality. I like that. Go ahead.
I'm kind of getting a little scared for my safety over here.
I thought you were going to say I'm kind of getting a little, you know what I mean. Go ahead.
So while Joel was in Colorado, he started working for some breweries like Boulder Beer Company, and he really got into this.
Oh, yeah.
He eventually makes his way back to Oklahoma City, decided to find a spot to open his own brewery.
Yeah.
He knew that he wanted the brewery to represent Oklahoma and rock climbing and nature, that sort of stuff. He had come up with the name Stonecloud Brewing when on a hike over a mountain. He comes up over the mountain and sees what he describes as stone clouds.
That's pretty cool.
And that's where he got the name for his brewery.
You know, I hear about origin stories, and that's how he came up, and that's how God came up with the name of Oklahoma. When it's time for me to reset my password, recently, I was looking and I was looking at the can of an energy drink. I was like, Phase 420. I'm like, no, dude. So I eventually changed my password to my child's name. I've never had like a profound naming moment except my kids. I've never named anything that made me a mess. I've named some things that will make sure I don't get locked out of my PlayStation. I don't know. I'm tired of having a lame origin story.
As far as the story goes, this is the part where my ears really perked up.
Because it's what?
When he was looking for the place to put his brewery.
Okay.
So he's downtown Oklahoma City. Things are really happening in downtown Oklahoma City at the time, 2017-ish. You know, we're in Maps 27 by this point in time. So he knows there's a lot of traffic down there, a lot of people coming and going. So he goes and finds a building.
Yeah.
An abandoned laundromat.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I know exactly where that is.
Sunshine Laundromat.
I know exactly where. So I have a story about Sunshine Laundromat.
Let's go.
When my great aunt Evelyn, I probably never talk about her much, but my aunt Evelyn was she was my adventurer. She taught me imagination. She taught me how to look at persimmon seeds. And she's a big part of who I am. She worked at Sunshine Laundry in the
had to be 80s or earlier. Yeah.
I'm talking 1950s.
Oh, wow.
40s.
Wow.
Yes. We would drive by there and she would tell me that she worked there. I know exactly where that is.
So he finds it. It doesn't have a roof anymore.
Oh, wow.
It's historic in the fact that it's been there since 1929.
Right.
But it's an abandoned laundromat. It's got the original bricks and the original tile.
Uh-huh.
And that's it. He used the Sunshine Laundry Cleaners as an inspiration for their logo.
Oh, really?
Which I think is brilliant.
Oh, God, you're right. It's perfect.
And they did such a bang-up job on the preservation that the building is now on the National Historic Registry.
Dude, we talk about it all the time.
How do you get a laundromat on the National Historic Registry?
You do what they and what a lot of people that we talk about all the time do. Painstakingly, don't gut it. Don't make it just a facade. You know what I mean? Like, honor the spirit of the architecture. That's the best way to do that.
Yeah, and I think going with the Sunshine Laundry Cleaners logo inspired, like, dude, you got to get bonus points.
You got to get bonus points, and it's not just a motif for a location. You literally repurposed and revitalized, because it could be a huge eyesore. I don't know if you've ever been down there, but it takes up a pretty good chunk of a corner. I think it's like a corner that kind of slowly curves around.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big, well, you've seen it. We talked about it. It's a big location, and there's a lot of growth down there, and it's nice to see them resurrect some of the, I'm in awe of the days of yore stuff when they can bring it back and make it look like, sound like, feel like, but be something completely different. I think that's cool.
So again, I appreciate what they did. The beer was great.
Yeah.
I'm not a big beer guy, so again, not the best judge when it comes
don't
to
sell yourself short.
But
you're tall. You're a big beer guy. Tall guy.
Stout.
You're a stout tall boy. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
They have their standards. These beers have been around the whole time for the last decade.
Yeah.
And it's probably about 10 variations that are on their menu all the time. But they come up with like between 50 and 100 new beers, seasonal beers, temporary beers a year.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a lot of
beers.
A lot of recipes.
That is a lot of recipes, considering if you come from a generation of cold and gold. Now it's like cold, gold, amber, stout, IPA.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just all over the place.
They have a really, best way to put it, inviting atmosphere. They do events on a regular basis. They'll have things like a chili cook-off or game nights, things of that nature. But when you go in, like, you get the sense that it's okay for you to be there. And it is one of those places, it's in that part of town where I always feel a little bit like who let Grandpa in?
Right. That, or I don't look like an architect. I'm not a lawyer, a software engineer. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't get any negative vibes. I felt like it was like, come on in. Like, there are books for people to, they want you to hang out.
It's a hang. It's a hang.
So I love that about it. They have a new location open in Stillwater.
I heard about that.
Which is his hometown.
Yeah.
Joel's hometown, which I think is great. But their Stillwater location is close to the campus, and they're carrying a lot of the same ideas up to Stillwater. I think it's a great idea. It's a great location.
Yeah.
Even if you think it's not your scene.
Yeah.
I felt like...
You still gotta... you gotta be hopeful. You know what I mean? Like, there was a time where that place would have sat in disrepair, or that building there, or look what they've done to where Fred Jones, the manufacturing was, turned that into high-rise condos. Like, that whole area down there looks nothing like it did.
They're doing a great job.
They're doing a great job.
Whether you agree with the politics behind how they're getting the money to do those things and the continuation, no matter what side of the fence you're on, you can still see it's dramatically improved.
Oh, yeah. There's not a question about it. Every time you drive by there's something in the works. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of boards on windows anymore.
Agreed.
So,
but if you want more information on Stonecloud Brewing, They have a great website, stonecloudbrewing.com.
All right. After the break, we found black gold in OKC.
Today's episode is brought to you by Friends of Nakoma Park.
Yeah.
We just recently did the Bites of EOC.
We're best friends with the Friends of Nakoma Park. Let's be honest.
I think that we're becoming closer than best friends.
We're getting a key to the city.
I think we should have a key to the city. What actually is a key to the city, by the way?
What does it get you?
I don't know. It's not the bank, I promise you that. We don't get, full access to the bank.
No, but
the things that they're doing, the Friends of Nakoma Park are doing, are actually amazing. You and I've never been more impressed with with a small event.
Oh, yeah, the Bites of EOC. That was wild.
It's brilliant.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But everything that they do throughout the year is raising funds for their community park project in Nakoma Park. Dude, 60-plus acre park.
60 acres of fun, adventure.
They're turning this barren 60 acres into an exciting place for the community. They're adding soccer fields, walking trails, dog parks, splash park, and a venue for large festivals.
Yeah, there's not a lot of places. Again, I'm gonna back up just a little bit. If more communities did what Nakoma Park was doing with the Bites of EOC thing, and every time they have a bake sale, it's in honor of the next big project. I think things, A, it brings the community together. B, I think it probably expedites the process quite a bit.
Honestly, if the festivals that they're going to have at this park when it's completed, if they're run by the same people that run the Bites of EOC event, they're going to be the most successful festivals in the history of mankind.
Absolutely, 110%. And if you want to get involved with your community, find out how. But if you really want to get involved with Friends of Nakoma Park, slip on over to their Facebook page at facebook.com/Friends of Nakoma Park.
You and I have discussed a lot of interesting trivia about the state of Oklahoma over the last, how long are we on? Is this 5 years yet?
We're closing in on 5 years.
But one of the things that I think we've overlooked, just because it's such a common, such a well-known bit of trivia.
What?
That I feel like we've just completely skipped past it.
What's that?
The Oklahoma State Capitol is the only state capitol in the country that has a functioning oil well operating on its grounds.
Listen, folks, it's not just for looks, and it never stops. There's oil. There's black gold. Oklahoma tea. I'm not gonna say Texas tea. Right there in the capital.
Does that go straight to Stitt's supply? Does he have his own supply of oil? I'm just curious.
He just goes out there and gets an oil change.
Him.
No, but yeah, I think that's super cool. Because here's the thing: if you're gonna have a landmark, or what's another thing? A landmark or something, a monument to the state of Oklahoma. Like it, love it, or hate it, oil is a big part of what
separates us from everywhere else.
Everywhere else, number one. Maybe Texas obviously comes in.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. But whether you like it or not, oil built Oklahoma.
It did. So, did you know the well actually has a name?
What?
The oil well was nicknamed Petunia Number 1.
Oh, how cute.
And drilled in 1941.
I wonder if and we may get to it, but I wonder if it was always intended to just kind of be just a pumping rig.
I think so.
That's pretty cool. When I was a kid, my stepdad worked for an oil field company called Mohawk Oil, and he would go out, and I would go out just the shorter trips closer to the house, and he would go and check on pumping rigs and stuff. Because you remember, there was a time where pumping rigs were everywhere.
Yeah.
So I think it's still kind of cool that, again, we have the distinction of being the only one, right?
Yes. And I think that there are very few states where they have some sort of living history at their capital.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
They'll have a monument to whatever. We could have a monument to an oil well, but no, we have an actual functioning oil well.
Pumping right now that never stops.
Yes. And we should go pick up a couple of barrels. I think it's going for like $105 a barrel right now. So I think...
Gosh. What happened to those $75 days?
Or those $30 a barrel days.
Yeah, 30. God, man.
Give me some of that 99-cent gas.
Give me the 99-cent gas. I could get a pack of cigarettes, a beef jerky, and some gasoline for $20 and still have some change left over.
I tell you what, I'll have nothing but great things to say about OnCue when they have their 99-cent gas days.
No,
they can make all the fried bologna sandwich. They can put a fried bologna sandwich on a cinnamon roll.
Now listen, you want to get cheap gas, unleaded, $2.23 a gallon at E-Express on Northwest 12th and Moore.
Saw the video. Gonna have to stop just because of your video.
$2.64 at Quick Trip across the street. The gauntlet has been thrown, and I believe that E-Express may be winning the war on...
I think they're going to get some great feedback.
Yes, they are going to get some great feedback. They're already getting great feedback. You're welcome.
That was...
Oh, that was your lead-in? Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
You're right. And you know who else gets some great feedback? We do.
We do. We have several pieces of feedback. One that I'm excited about. Ty Hagman on Rumble emailed us, said that he's been binging the show and he's seen every one of our recent videos. He loves what we're doing. He thinks there's not enough people doing what we're doing on Rumble, and I tend to agree with him.
I would agree 112%.
I think most of the things on Rumble tend to be either political or Bitcoin related.
Yes, that's true. To actually have someone that interacts, I may have to go on a limb and say that Ty may be the first person to actually address us, not just great show.
Yeah, no, I agree. And we got some feedback from across the pond.
From across the pond.
On TikTok, Chibi Sauron, I have no idea.
Sauron.
I know who Sauron is, but I don't know what a chibi is. He says, love your TikToks. I'm from England.
Say it. No. Back up, dude. You're not allowed to read a comment from England without saying it.
Okay, go ahead.
English. I don't have it in front of me.
Love your TikToks.
Love your TikToks.
I'm from England.
But
would love to check out America one day.
Cheers from England.
Thank you.
The Beatles.
The
Who. The Rolling Stones. The OnlyinOKShow are my favorite bands of the 21st century.
You're ridiculous.
When I'm in Oklahoma, I listen to one podcast and one only. Well, there's two of them, actually. The Joe Oregon Show and the...
We've had people come from as far as South Carolina to Oklahoma
because of us,
just to eat at one of the places that we've recommended. And now we've got somebody across the pond chomping at the bit to come try your fried bologna sandwich from OnCue.
Is there anybody else left in feedback? Do you have anything?
No. I mean, we do, but we're good. Wrap it.
I'm loading the cannons. So for everybody out there that's curious, why are we so popular? I want you to know that we are beating your favorite radio stations right now.
Oh, yeah.
We are destroying your favorite radio stations right now.
There's not a radio station in the world that pulls the way we do, Warriors.
I don't know what impression you're doing.
That was freaking Ultimate Warrior, dude.
I'm going to say that I feel like it was inferior.
Listen to me.
You don't know who Warrior is?
I don't like wrestling.
Dude, we kill the competition, dude.
We do.
All I can say is this. When you let me go, you did something. You moved something in me. And we're not going nowhere because this is a freaking revolution.
I don't know that it isn't, in fact, a revolution. I will say
it's an Oklahoma tourism revolution.
I can get behind that. But go ahead. You know,
man.
No, you go.
I'm not done.
My God.
I've been going. We've been doing this for a decade. Okay, we've been grinding it out in the streets, the dirt roads, the gravel,
the RV parking
lot.
lots.
To everyone out there that's been watching and going,
How can we steal their ideas and make our own content and it be inferior? Please continue, because we're glad that we can help. We want to help you be better. This has been the OnlyinOKShow. New episodes, new content all the time. We're untouchable. Say it with me. We're untouchable.
Oh my God.
Come on.
I'm waiting for
Bring
you
it
to
home,
wrap
dude.
this stuff up.
Bring
This
it
has
home.
been the OnlyinOKShow. I am Harley.
Oh, yeah. And we're coming for you. Yeah. I'm Brett. Peace. Let's go.
Every night, from 7 to midnight, you hanging out with me, Manager, till midnight.
That's good right there.
My coffee.
That's good right there.
I'm about to make a name for myself in here. Up in here. I'm about to make a name for myself up in here. It's in November. Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you, baby. Don't be jealous, dude. I saw that twinkle in your eye, like, dude, sing it. I heard that. I was like,
that was
dude,
definitely not
stop.
the look that I gave you.
You gave me the damp lily look, like, ooh, stop doing it.
So stop.
Oh, baby, baby, baby. You know what I mean? You like it when I do that? You don't like that? You don't like it when I do that?
I got this much coffee to make.
Dude, listen to me, man. Listen to me, man. Let me holler at you, man. Let me holler at you, man. Now, where am I looking at? Okay, it's making me sign in. Gmail. Yeah. It's not saved, dude. Not again. I'm not doing anything. I did the thing that I normally do, man. Go click on. Okay. Jenna, who do I turn to? Harley, I got your number. I want to get on your nerves. 867-565. Just start making shit up. Frickin' 65! Alright. Welcome to the show today. We're going to need you to break out your ID, y'all. Who writes this shit? Alright. Are we ready? Welcome to the show today. We're going to need to see your ID. Welcome to the show. We're going to need you to break out your ID. Because we're going deep undercover. Stonecloud cover. Did it? Mm-hmm. 3. Mm-hmm. Yes, Lord. Hey, now. All right. 3, 2, 1. You breathe. Dude, your nasals, you're like, I'm like, I can't work like this. Where's my agent at? Ready? 3, 2, and 1. Don't look at me. Dude, stop looking at me, man. With your judgmental glare on your glasses. I never see that much glare on your... Is the computer screen higher than normal? I don't ever see that much glare on your glasses, ever. Matter of fact, I never see... Oh? Well, they're a window pane in my ass is what they are right now. 3, 2, 1. And welcome to the show. Today, we're going to need you to break out your ID because it's 21 and over show. And what I mean by that, it's all about Stonecloud. Never mind, going to start over because I tried to improv and it sucked. 3, 2, 1.